and welcome to a brand new episode of the Woolly Thistle Shopcast. I'm your host Corinne, I own the Woolly Thistle, and this is Maggie, my co-host and product development manager, and we are here today after a very busy Nidalee weekend, right? And we want to share all of that with everybody out there. But yeah, the Woolly Thistle is an online yarn store, now actually online and in-person shopping. We had some of that this weekend. And it's fun and it's great, and I'm just looking at all the colors and it just makes me happy, especially because it's kind of grey and raining today.
It is. After a beautiful weekend, it is now
gorgeous. And now, so I'm glad it's today while we're at work.
Sure.
But all these colors just sort of cheer you up and make you feel cozy, which is nice. So yeah, Maggie, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. I had actually a pretty low-key weekend. But we started our weekend with Friday night with our
Friday
friends. Friday day here at the shop, and then Friday evening we were over at Millapalooza,
which was really nice, very, very nice. And then Sarah of Fiber Trek was here on Friday too. She came to Millapalooza, but she was also here meeting and greeting you lovely people. Thank you if you came out. And
the shop was very busy.
It was so heartwarming to see so many people and excited people to come. So thank you for coming if you were able to get here. And then Sarah was at my house all weekend, so we went to Vermont Sheep and Wool on Saturday. And then she cooked dinner on Saturday night, which was a very nice treat.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Sunday we did a little recording for her podcast. So Sarah has her own vlog. It's a really wonderful vlog. She's been going for years. I've known her forever, it feels like. And so we did a little piece for that.
Nice.
Yeah. So but let me see if I have any housekeeping for this episode, because I always forget. Pips for Thistlers. So Pips is our loyalty program, and when you sign up, you earn pips for your purchase, and then you get to spend them in future orders, which is really nice. We're no longer running ads on our YouTube channel, which is really nice. Hopefully you get the benefit of that, because there's nothing worse than being interrupted by, foot cream commercials and things like that. So we don't do any of that, and we hope that you really enjoy it, and we'll show your support by telling a friend or coming to the shop and shopping at thewoollythistle.com. We have Shreka and Barb on this episode, who are guest contributors. They've been on before, and I love their theme, which is always what they put into their fair and how their pieces did. So they're back again this year to share that with us. So I'm looking forward to that. And free shipping on all orders across the USA for orders of $99 or more. Did I finish my thought though? So if you would like to, this is how I roll. If you would like to have a spot on the show, you just go to our website, thewoollythistle.com, 2 L's in Woolly, and there is contributors.
Yeah, under the connect button, you'll find a contributors, Shopcast contributors.
Yeah, and then, you just let us know that you'd like to be on the show, and we give you some guidelines, and then we put you on the show, which is really nice. And make sure you check our show notes for all links to everything that we talk about for kits, patterns, yarn, and all of that good stuff. Maggie, what segments do we have in the show this time?
We have Caitlin, who is doing a segment showing us how she uses her drum carder.
Yes.
That was a fun one.
That was nice.
We have Renee joining us from Shetland with some of her Swedish friends.
I watched it. It's so good.
Yeah. Showing us their Shetland haul.
Yes.
Which was amazing. I don't know how they're going to get all that home. Good luck.
And they're yes, they're probably buying suitcases and or just shipping at UPS. And they were actually all sat on the moors in Shetland.
Yeah, it was great.
So
you'll
enjoy that.
Yep. And then, as you said, Barb and Shreka, I loved seeing them again. So I think you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
And Rachel joins us with a short video recap from Fair Isle.
Good. I think that's the only one I didn't see.
Yeah, I did watch that one. She's had some technology issues.
Yeah.
But you get to see some of the sheep and catch up a little bit with Rachel, which is great.
So very full show, because also we're in it too, and we'll be talking about our knits and getting ready for the Cal. Oh, we had such a great Cal Zoom call a week ago or so.
We did.
A couple of weeks when you see this. And it was lovely, wasn't it?
It really was.
Everybody was doing their show and tell, which I always thoroughly enjoy, and we nattered on for a long time. It was a nice evening.
I think that was our longest Zoom chat for a cow by far.
Yeah.
And it was honestly so
It was
delightful.
brilliant. Yeah, it was great.
I loved seeing everybody's projects.
Yeah.
And I do have my sweater started. So I'll show you what I'm working on. But it was so, I think it's just so inspiring to see what everybody's working on.
It is. And just lovely, lovely people. And I love that everybody's sharing camera time on there. It's really nice for us to see what you're doing and meet you as well. So that was thoroughly enjoyable.
If you missed it, but you are signed up for the Sweater Cow, you should have received an email with a link so that you can watch it afterward. Totally worth the time to watch.
Sure. Especially if you're knitting anyway. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So we'll probably talk more about this last weekend and Millapalooza and everything, but we have to talk about what we're wearing and what we're knitting on, and we also have to announce the winner. So what order would you like to do that in?
Why don't we do what you're wearing?
Today I'm wearing the Seaweed Slipover, which is a Wilma Malcolmson vest, and it was in one of the Shetland Wool Week annuals. I don't remember which one now. We can put it there.
A couple years ago now.
It's probably available as an individual pattern by this point, and it's knit in Jameson Spindrift, and I love it. I wear a ton, and I can wear it under jackets and things, which I really enjoy. So yes, this is a very go-to knit, and it's perfect for the weather we're having. And what are you wearing? I'm
wearing an old knit. I think it's called the Art knit. Cardi. It was by Hannah Fettig. This was some.
It's very textured. Is it from her book Textured? Was that what it was called?
Yeah, it's in the texture book. And I knit it with some sort of souvenir yarn from a family trip we took to Maine.
Oh, lovely.
So
it's nice. I like the texture.
Yeah, I redid the collar a couple years ago. We chatted about that a little bit because it wasn't laying flat. It's still not quite perfect, but I picked up more stitches and it is better.
It needed more width.
It needed more width, and actually when I had picked up the stitches, I hadn't picked up enough, and so it was kind of cinching and pulling up. But
that's always, yes, I remember talking about this. It's always a good hint. If things are feeling sort of rough on your neck and things, you probably don't have enough stitches.
Yeah.
And you just want to pick up some more if you're, doing a neckband or something.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to announce the winner?
Sure. Let's see. Our first winner today of a $25 gift card to the Woolly Thistle is at Patty B2294, and Patty says, I sent a blanket to my daughter last year for Christmas. She absolutely loved it. Show was great as always. Happy autumn, my favorite time of year. Yeah. You are not alone, Patty. Patty, if you can send us an email to info@thewoollythistle, put prize winner in all caps, we will get you your $25 gift card.
Hooray, Patty. And yes, if you would like to be in the running to receive a gift card, picked at random, all you need to do is give us a thumbs up like that on there. Leave a comment down below and make sure you subscribe to our channel, and you too will be in the running. She mentioned blankets. We just launched the pre-order for blankets. It might be that by the time you're seeing this, they're not on pre-order anymore. Yeah. And we'll be shipping those out right away, or will have been by the time you see this. But we have to show you all of them because they're gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes. And what are you knitting on, Maggie?
I'm knitting on a variety of things.
Shall we dive in?
Sure.
All right.
I have one little FO. Which is knit with deep stash and some hand spun.
Oh, this is the hat.
This is the hat. So I was talking about this hat last week. I knit this. It absolutely delighted me.
I can see why.
It's not any of the thing. I think it delighted me for a couple different reasons. I didn't expect to love knitting it as much as I did. I like the hat. The design is beautiful. The pattern is I think it's called the Linocut hat from Ysolda Teague. It is the first pattern from her Knitworthy 8 collection. And I used deep stash. I think it's patterns worsted with some of my hand spun. And you can see it has the big flower on it.
Looks like a tulip to me.
Yeah, I mean
it's just very...
I do not like long floats, so I was not anticipating that I would really enjoy this, but she uses a technique that was new to me called jacquard something. We can put it on the screen, where you catch your floats and it creates these like long things. She said it's a technique that a lot of machine knitters use. And so you see the stitch on the front. So it delighted me, like learning that new technique and then seeing the pattern sort of grow and the flowers. And then, you end up with these like caught floats in the back.
Very neat.
Very neat. I can easily use this now if there's a pattern that has long floats.
Did it take time to do it every time? Or is it quite quick?
Well, once you got it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because you're just basically, it's probably similar to double knitting where you have that stitch there and it creates something on the other side of the fabric.
Right. Very cool.
So very similar to that.
Very nice
and yeah, it just delighted me.
Yeah.
So it's going in the gift pile because it's going.
I'd love to be on your gift list. I tell ya. Awesome.
You are. So I finished that. That was just like a quick weekend project.
She was truly delighted. This is the first time I'm seeing this, but she kept talking about how delighted you are with your little project here, and I can see why. It's so cute.
Yeah, I liked how the hand spun knit up with it,
and the floats that were caught. You can't tell. There's really nice, evenness. Yeah. Gorgeous. Well done, you.
That's that.
Getting your gift knitting on. We'll talk about our upcoming Cal in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, I actually have quite a few projects. So, I won't talk about everything. So, I missed my sock. So, we are in Socktober now.
Yes, Socktober's huge.
This is, what month was last month? September. This is what I got done in September. It was one sock. Okay. So, the second sock is on the needles.
Gorgeous. I love these. These look
so good. I really like that. That is also a gift knit. So, that will be.
Oh my God, Maggie. No guilt here. I've not started any gift
It's
knitting.
okay if you don't like gift knitting. Yeah. I do, and so it makes me.
Is anyone surprised? Anyone surprised that Maggie likes gift knitting?
I do like gift knitting. Not for everybody, but for people who like it. And I know the recipient of these will really like them.
Yeah, these are really cute. Very nice.
They are. So
I like the ribbing.
I've used West Yorkshire spinners. I don't know why that's hard for me to say.
It's just a lot.
The Goldfinch colorway.
Yeah, here it is. Here. It's so nice in the shop. I can just
So and I just added a broken rib to my usual sock pattern.
So this pattern's yarn knits up like that, which is really clever.
Yeah. So I've got that going.
Yeah, good.
Put it in my Millapalooza bag.
Yeah. That was fun.
It was fun.
The weather was so beautiful this weekend. It just made everything chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Continue.
And then the only other thing I have is the beginning of my sweater, which is inches of corrugated rib.
Well, you are killing that.
And I got little donkeys there, or goats, not donkeys. My little stitch stoppers.
I love doing this. Makes me feel like a podcaster.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
So
this is
I
huge.
am knitting a sweater from this book, My Fair Isle Journey. I am knitting the newer sweater is what I'm at the very beginning of.
It's so beautiful.
This will take a long time.
Yeah,
and
this
that's
is
okay.
Long-term whip.
It is this sweater.
Oh, so pretty.
You can see the many inches of corrugated rib at the bottom.
Yeah.
So
very nice.
I'm almost to the bottom.
And this is you've got your Kona JNS color 81.
I'm using my cone of 81.
Ta-da!
Yay!
Ta-da!
So, and then a bunch of JNS colors, and actually the pink and the light blue are Finullgarn.
Mm-hmm.
So
very nice. And are those all the colors in it, or will
that's it? There's just 4 colors in it, and it's a very repetitive pattern. So I'm hoping that will
round and
help
round.
me memorize it faster.
Yeah. And it is a sweater. It's not a cardigan, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pullover.
You will definitely memorize that. Because that's a lot of knitting.
Yeah, and there are comparable colors in JNS. I just had a little bit of Finullgarn stash that I wanted to use up. So
for
sure. This is an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is that everything?
That's it. Yep.
I don't have any FOs.
You're close to an FO, it looks like.
Close to an FO. So this is my Agnes. Ta-da! I just blocked it last night, or her. I haven't cut my steek yet, but I did put on my button band and sort of I think I'll use the woolly thistle buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw those on. I think they'll be in keeping. And then yes, it's lovely. It does fit, which I'm thrilled about. The left sleeve, if you remember, we were talking about that being a little I blocked it and I tried it on really fast this morning. It was a little damp, but it seemed to, that's my cat pulling.
Oh.
But it seemed to block out the problem.
Okay.
But I'm not convinced yet. So I think there's too many stitches on the left sleeve.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about up
yeah,
here.
so see, it has evened out. There was more of a bump.
And the other sleeve doesn't have it.
No.
Okay.
So then I thought that, well, maybe I had too many stitches. Maybe I picked up too many stitches. But when I recounted everything, it's the same. So I think it's a blocking issue. If I was going to be really fastidious about it, I would maybe just redo the sleeve. I've got time. This is for Rhinebeck. I've got time. I think the sleeves are too long, so I'm going to shorten them to about here, which means there'll be less bunching up anyway.
Okay.
Because they are too long. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I don't fix it to make it perfect, I'm going to tell everybody. Yeah, but see this? And that's just not a good feeling. So I've got to either come to terms with what there is
I almost
and be
wonder
okay
if you pull it on, like, is it noticeable to anyone?
I think it's less noticeable now. And I honestly, I don't think I did any miscounting. I think it's just the way things landed. And it's also quite a generous sleeve to start with. But my cat keeps doing things like this to my knits right now. But, you know, I'll fix that. But yeah, it's a lovely knit.
It's gorgeous.
I knitted it quite quickly because it just flew off the needles. And I don't feel like I need a break from color work at all because, you know, oftentimes I would after something like this. And I'm like, no, let's keep going. So I started organizing myself again for this knit, which I would love to have done in time for Rhinebeck. So this is my Flowers of Fortrose vest, still in the funky stage. That's the neck, steek, and the sleeves there, or armholes. This is not how you would knit it when the pattern's written, but I wanted to get all this fun stuff done for numbers and figuring out. And now I just need to zoom down the bottom. And I absolutely love these colors together. It feels very, very vintagey and cute to me anyway. So I would like to have this done for Rhinebeck, but we'll see. This one, it should fit me. So that's exciting. Yeah, that's all I got. I am knitting.
You must be a faster knitter than I am if you could even contemplate having that done for Rhinebeck.
Oh, for us now, we've got almost 2 weeks. Maybe a week and a half, 10 days. Yeah, that doesn't seem too crazy to me, for me. But who knows? I mean, but there you go. But yeah, first priority is to decide whether or not, maybe I'll throw it on later. It's still a bit damp, but I'll throw it on when it's dry and we can all think about what we think.
It's gorgeous.
It is lovely. And I love knitting with Finullgarn. I just do. I can't help myself. This is my very happy place. I love it. And it's soft. Isn't it soft?
It is. It's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. These colors are colors that I tried to approximate from Kristin Wiola's pattern. You have to buy the pattern book online from her website. It's about $15, I want to say, but you get like a year's worth of sweaters in there, and I wouldn't mind knitting others.
Yeah, the pattern it's not available. You can find the pattern in Norwegian on Ravelry, but
not
the
English.
English version is on her website in her 1 Year of Cardigans ebook.
Yeah. It definitely helped having it in English. I'm sure I could have managed if it was only in Norwegian, but it did help. The instructions are quite short. I think you do need to have a little bit of experience to not be completely befuddled by a very short instruction. But also if you've knit a couple of sweaters, especially yoke sweaters in the round, you should be fine. So yes, I did trade out some colors. Some colors I kept the same.
Yep.
So this is similar but different, but definitely in keeping with her color palette. Sarah, when she was here on Friday, bought the dark palette, or she made up her own dark palette because there is a darker version in the pattern book.
Yep.
I'm going to love this though. I'm going to love wearing this. This is going to be so cozy. I'm of the age where a cardigan is good. Get some air. But I think this will actually get worn a lot with jeans or, you know, with a dress or something. So I'm very excited. Very excited.
We have had quite a few questions about what colors Corinne has used, and we're working on a blog post.
Yes.
So that you can find all the details for
Yes.
her project.
Yes, but Jill does know. If you can't wait for that, Jill knows, and she can hook you up with what you need.
Yeah.
It's basically one of each color, and then a main color and the main contrast color.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what I've got going on. Socks. I do have a pair of socks almost, 3/4 done. And I don't know where I am in the year, but it is Socktober, and I do love knitting on socks, and being social. They're good for knitting on when you're just doing some mindless knitting with friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Should we go to a segment now?
Yes, we should.
Who should we go to first?
Let's go to Caitlin. Oh, wait,
right.
nope. The notes say Barb and Shreka. So let's go to Barb and Shreka and see their
they're winning.
their knits from the fair.
Yeah, and we'll be back after that.
Hi, I'm Shreka.
And I'm Barb, and we're here to review our 2024 fair entries for the Woolly Thistle.
All right, so I guess I'll start. This is one of my entries, which is child sweater. How do you say it? Let Lopi yarn. I use Let Lopi yarn. And this is for my son. The yarn was actually a gift from very good friends of mine who live in Iceland. And I cannot pronounce the pattern. I'm going to say Asa is the pattern. Very, very, very easy to do. Probably one of my favorites. So, yep, liked it a lot.
And she got first place. I did the child sweater. I ended up getting second. This is the sibling sweater by Laura Penrose of Penrose Knits, and I love this sweater. I love this little detail she has on the back that exactly matches the stripes. And I've made a couple of these. And I want to do she has one out, sibling sweater my size, and I'd like to make one my size. And I know Shreka wasn't thrilled with this pattern, but I absolutely love the details, and I love the sweater.
That's why I'm smiling, because I actually made the same sweater and I had a really difficult time, but yeah, so anyway. Another entry I actually did not place. This is, it's called the 2x2 by Anne Gagnon. And the yarn used for this is the Cloudborn. I actually love this hat so much that I made 2 others. So yeah, it's very, very, very easy to make. And the yarns are really soft and I like it a lot. So here we go.
I also did not place the hat. Category was fierce this year, but I made the Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague, and it has this side, and then you can move it around to this side.
That's
and nice. I don't know, I use scrap yarns, and I held them double, and it's just a nice woolly hat.
Yeah. Okay, up next, once again, this is the theme. I made something for my son again, and this is the I have it upside down. Verde or Verdi, however you want to pronounce it, sweater. This wasn't too difficult either. Yeah, actually, I think I may get pictures, like professional pictures of my son wearing this. I liked it a lot. I love the little buttons that I added, courtesy of Barb.
I didn't enter the child's cardigan category this year. Instead, I used the Let Lopi from the Woolly Thistle. I think I bought a Victory cardigan kit or some other kit, and I took some out of it and made this little little child's poncho for my granddaughter, and it's out of the Let Lopi. And they actually wrote a little note on the back. The only note I received, it says "Very well done." But yeah, that's gonna be for a granddaughter.
Nice. Okay. This here is the Autumn League pullover, and this one is made for my husband. I placed first. The yarn used was Lion Brand Wool Ease. I have no idea how I got first because I made mistakes on the way I pulled the yarn, so the pattern is not the same all the way down, but I don't think my husband will notice. But you clearly see it. It's so bad. But hey,
You got first place.
I got first place. Oh, notice our matching shirts. We forgot.
Yes. I entered this scarf. It was the Jagger spun. I got one skein from one of the Christmas boxes from the Woolly Thistle. And so, hold that in. So it was a scarf contest. And hold that. And hold that. And I did the whole skein of yarn. And it's so lacy and lightweight and beautiful. I can wrap it around 3 times, which if I'm going to wear a scarf, that's what I like to do, is wrap it as many times as possible.
Okay, so this here is the Friday Slipover by Petite Knits. I just was raving to Barb off camera how much I love this yarn, and it is Holstgarn. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's so soft. I can't wait to wear this. I'm not a vest person, but yeah, this is going to make me wear a vest often.
This is also the Friday Slipover. Of course, she beat me again. I taught her how to knit. She keeps beating me and everything. But I used 2 hanks of yarn. I got it from the Woolly Thistle in one of those boxes. And I'm actually going to frog this back and reuse this because it is now too big for me. It's just way too big. So I love this yarn. I just love it. So I'm going to frog this back and make a smaller one.
Okay, this is the last of the projects I'm going to show you guys. It's my sock set placed 4th, and it's just a basic rib sock. Sheepshire. I'm not the best at socks, and I actually this is a gigantic sock because I have big feet. Anyway, I like how it turned out. I love the speckled pink, and I have some Birkenstocks, and these are going in, I'm going to wear this with my Birkenstocks.
I did the Woolens and Nosh
nice.
Christmas. You only pull out a small amount each day, and then you work on it through Christmas. And I actually finally beat Shreka in the sock category. I ended up getting 3rd. But I can't wait to wear these. I call them a boot sock. And then Shreka's not going to show you the rest of hers. I think she had like 8 total entries. I only had 39 this year, but this was one of them. I thought I was going to get best to show. This is hand spun, and I used Strange Brew for the pattern. It's called a Strange Brew by Tin Can Knits, and I hand spun all of that. But it did get first place, which I was happy with.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. And then this is also hand spun. I just wanted to show this. This is I don't remember what the fiber is, but it's called the 1898 hat. Now I know it looks like a football helmet, but this is one of my favorite hats to do because it's all garter, and then I added this at the top, and I changed the top, but it is super duper comfortable. And so it's one of my go-to hats to make because it's super fast and easy. And then for second place, I thought this was cute. If you ever want to use leftover yarn, bought this little water bottle, and I used the Strange Brew for the patterns here, and I just can pretty much figure out how to knit it yourself. I didn't use a pattern except for the Strange Brew for the orange color in there. And then this one I don't like. Shreka likes it. I didn't like it.
Oh, I love it.
This one I got 5th place. So this is a cowl, and it's by it's called the Traveler Cowl by Andrea Mowry. This was, I can't remember, it was another skein from the Woolly Thistle, and I held it double with a lace weight so it would have a little bit more color, but I never had a chance to block it before the fair, but I didn't like it. Shreka likes it, but it was easy to knit, but it doesn't fit well on me. Last thing, I made this for my mom, then she said it's itchy and she's not going to wear it, but I even used Lion brand Fisherman's wool because it wasn't very itchy at all. But this is crocheted, and I think I'm a better crocheter than knitter, but this is the Magnus cardigan by Megan Balmer. And of course my mom threw it back at me and said I won't wear it. So now I have a crocheted cardigan, and I think I'm gonna try to sell it or something. But that was all our fair entries for 2024 that were the wooliest. Anything else you want to add, Shreka?
Whew. No. I mean, we have a good time knitting together, and no, that's about it. It's a great hobby, and I'm happy I picked it up.
She's busy with her son, but I'm going to try to get her to do 20 fair entries next year. I just got to keep her moving forward.
That's a goal.
All right,
we forgot what we're working on.
Oh.
Next time. Yeah, we'll show you guys in 2025.
Yeah, because
right.
those will be fair entries for next year.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, bye.
Well, thank you, Barb and Shreka, for sending that in. I always enjoy your segments. It's a bit of a tradition now.
I know.
And congratulations on winning those ribbons. That's really good. I need to do something like that. I need to get myself organized enough to even.
Yeah, it never even crosses my mind.
No, but I think it's such a fun thing. I know that Caitlin does it too, and it is kind of nice.
It is.
We have the Cornish Fair local to us, which is quite a big sort of regional fair. It's really not. It's quite small. But anyway, they do. I should put some stuff in next year.
And I think the Vermont, not Vermont Sheep and Wool, but the Vermont Fair, the Tunbridge Fair. You can put knits in there.
There we go.
I always forget until after.
It's well worn stuff by the time that rolls around, kind of thing. Maggie, let's talk about our next cal, which is coming up. We're still in our sweater cal, but we're ramping up for the next one, which I think is brand new to us and a good one.
Yeah, we've never done this before, but we're going to do a gift make-along.
Yeah.
So sign-ups will open on 10/15. It is a very relaxed cal, similar to our sock sprint, where it's very loosey-goosey. You knit whatever gift you're going to make for
You
someone.
decide if it qualifies.
If you're making a gift for yourself, that's okay
That's
too.
great, yeah.
But since we know many people are gift knitting this time of year, we just thought it would be really fun to kind of have a gift make-along and see what everybody chooses to make as gifts.
And help each other get through that gift knitting if it is a little bit, like obligation knitting, but you do want to do something, well, we're all doing it together.
Yeah, hopefully this adds a bit of joy to your gift making.
Yeah. So when that starts October 15th, and we just ask that people sign up.
Yeah.
That way, and there will be a $50 gift card winner at the end. How long does it go on for? It must stop before the holidays.
It does. I do not see an official end date here, but we will be starting on October 15th.
Yes.
And I think if you're already sort of started on a gift, you're still eligible.
This is just listening together,
Yeah.
And then just a quick note on the sweater cal, because at time of viewing this, it will be finishing in 1 week. So make sure you submit your FO submissions, the form. You can get to through the website.
Yep.
So make sure you do that so that you're in the running for all those amazing prizes that designers and yarn companies and everybody have thrown in this year.
You can see the full list of prizes on the website.
Yeah, it's a long list. So.
And I'm sure there's a link to it in the show notes.
Yes, there is. There will be. So, and then today, as this goes live, we will be visited from Nitty Natty, who is traveling the whole of the US in her van with her husband, Ken, and Dog Toaster. I think that's the best name. And so they'll be here, and we're doing a meet and greet. So if you'd like to come and meet Nitty Natty, she'll be here between 12:30 and 2, and would love to say hello to you. So come show her some love. That would be great.
Yeah.
We have Gudrun Johnson coming in November.
Yes.
And she's going to be hosting a trunk show and doing a steeking demonstration live, which will be good.
That will be good. I'm excited to see some of her samples in person. That's always a fun treat.
Yep, so we got that to look forward to that we know about right now.
If you're on our email list, I'm sure we will send you all of the details so that you don't miss it.
Yes, exactly. And if you're not on our email list, then get on our email list, because that is probably our primary way of letting you know what's happening in the shop. Maggie, what do we want to talk about now? Or do we want to go to another segment?
Let's go to Caitlin and see her drum carding segment, and then come on back. And we'll show you some new things in the shop.
See you after that.
Hi everybody, it's Caitlin. Happy to be with you on the Shopcast for another month. I'm out at my house doing some fiber play and thought I'd take you along on this little journey. A couple things first, what I'm wearing, what I'm working on. I'm wearing my Pressed Flowers cardigan today. It's a little warm in the sun, but just right in the shade. This is an Amy Christopher's pattern. I made this last year. It is a gray 2-ply sport weight Ulcentrum yarn from the Woolly Thistle, and my hand spun yarn for the color changing flowers. This is a mosaic style knitting, so you're only holding one color at a time, and then you slip stitches up over the yarn you're working with to kind of create the motifs. It was super fun. I would totally knit another one of these, and I love to wear it. It's got 3/4 sleeves, which I don't think the original pattern called for, but yeah, love it. So I want to show you, I haven't been knitting as much lately, but do have a little something to show you, and then I mostly want to show you some of the spinning and fiber prep stuff that I've been up to. So as far as knitting goes, all I've got to show is just this little little sweater here. This is in the works for my 2.5-year-old. He and his older brother were both asking for new sweaters this fall. So this one is coming together well. This is from Stash Yarn. I think it's a Barocco wool blend, and then just some other yarn from Stash. I'm using the Strange Brew pattern from Tin Can Knits, which is one of my absolute favorite go-to. I've made quite a few of these for my kids, for me, for my mother-in-law. It's an amazing feat of math and just laying out of everything that they give you in this book. There are both complete patterns that show you the charts and how to knit the entire sweater, and then there's also kind of a how-to at the beginning of how to create your own charts, and then a little library in the back of some charts. And so I used a couple of those for this sweater. These were just some little kind of cross shapes, and then this was one of the motif ideas. And then the middle section, I looked up a letter B in kind of like a grid, and then I reflected every other one. So there, my son's name starts with a B, and so it's sort of subtle, but you can sort of tell they're letter B's for him. Yeah, I'm making the 2 to 4 year size, so hopefully this will fit him not just this year but next year. We'll see if I end up taking out the ribbing and adding more, either on the sleeves or the body if it needs more length later. I'll have plenty of yarn for this. So that's kind of what I've been working on. I actually haven't really pulled off starting a sweater cal sweater. The next one I need to knit is the Spice cardigan for my husband. I made the Spark Cardi for me last year in the sweater cal, and he would really love one. It's a cozy shawl collar, also mosaic. No, it's not, it's regular color work. I have to get the yarn and get started on that project, but the boys were also bothering me for their sweaters. So, and then I also have just the very beginnings of another Strange Brew sweater. A friend of mine had a baby, and I want to make them a Strange Brew sweater too. So this is Jagger Spun Moosom Falls sock yarn, but I'm holding it double for kind of a DK weight gauge. So yeah, but what I really wanted to show you today is some spinning that I've been doing, and I'm going to kind of work backwards from the finished yarn and then show you kind of what I did to get there. So years ago at Rhinebeck, I picked up a bunch of merino. I actually have that within reach here. Just a big bag of merino wool, and I've been slowly pulling it out and adding it to other stuff as I have some time and inspiration. So this is a skein that I just spun up in the last week or so. And so it's a blend of that merino plus a bunch of random bits of colored wool that I got from a estate sale that a weaving store around here bought. And she had kind of a yard sale of a whole bunch of stuff, yarn and fiber. And one of the things I bought was just a packet of what she suggested to use for needle felting, little bits of random colors. But I figured I could blend it all together and make kind of a fun yarn I have a needle felting kit. I've not learned how to do it yet, so maybe someday. But anyway, I love the colors in this. It was mostly greens and a tiny bit of blue and some purples. I think that turned out really fun. So the way that I combined all those yarns was with my drum carder, which is sitting right in front of me, and I'll show you how I use that in a minute. I'm halfway through the next combination of colors. This is what's just come off of the drum carder, and it is sort of some of the purples and reds and oranges from that needle felting set, along with some of the white. So this is what the bat looks like when it comes off the drum carder, and then I'll go ahead and spin this. I have a Louet Victoria wheel. So this is technically woolen prep. Because it's carded, the fibers are kind of all jumbled together in any which way. To be a worsted prep, it would need to then go through a combing process where all the fibers would be realigned. I've not done that process. You can do that either with hand combs. When you're first prepping the fiber, you can comb it through and keep everything all in one direction. They're kind of like hand cards, but they're just like almost just a single or double row of teeth, and so you really can just pass it through once and get it all kind of aligned. I also could try, I don't know if this would be technically worsted prep, but I could try getting the yarn or the fiber off of my drum carder with a diz, which is just basically like, it can be any material, but it's a hard little round thing with a hole in it, and you pass the fiber through that. That would pull it a little bit more all into the same direction. I think would still be jumbled up enough. I don't think you could technically call it worsted prep. But anyway, I'm gonna rearrange the camera so I can show you the thing I have next laid out to play with on the drum carder. Hopefully these birds in the background will calm down. And yeah, you probably won't see my face again so much, but I hope you enjoy the rest of the Shopcast. All right, this is a classic drum carder. This was a very fun gift from my mom. I have my merino wool laid out here in a big pile. I have a whole bunch of random pieces of wool. This one might be cotton. I'm not quite certain, but I've laid them all out in a color progression that I like. I'm going to go between the white and the different colors of pinks and oranges and yellows to make a new bat. This will be the first pass through, and we'll get to see what that looks like, but then I'm going to pass it through a second time to blend the colors better. So I'm going to start with a little piece of the merino, just pull off a bit, and I'll try to tease it out a little bit so that it's not so thick all in one section. And then I feed it on here. It goes underneath the first roller and then gets fed on to the wheel, the big drum. And I'll kind of pull you forward so you can see what that looks like. So it's all fed onto here. And then I'll go and I'll take my next color, and I'm gonna tease this one out a little bit. Feed it on. And it'll start to blend. Now, it's a little early to do this, but every couple of passes through, I'll take this little brush and I'll hold it up against here to kind of push those fibers down into the teeth. The drum can hold about 2 ounces of fiber, but you do need to kind of push it down into the teeth to keep it kind of condensed. Now I'm going to take this fiber and see what this does through the carder. Not really sure what this is. See how that goes on. It's very short, stable length. Very short. So we'll see. With some fibers, especially with really tangly stuff like silk threads, you can paint it right onto the drum. Now I'm going to take a little more of the white, feed a little more of that on. And then I'm going to go through and I'll do the whole thing like this, all of my different pieces until I have 2 ounces and it's not really feeding on very nicely anymore and the teeth are pretty much covered up. I'll just show you here because I'm not going to fill the whole thing in the video. But once I'm ready to take it off, I use this called a doffer. And there's a groove right in this portion where I'll be able to stick this under and then pull it up to get those fibers to release. And then you just, all the fibers will be released from one side. You can just kind of peel it off as you roll the drum around and it takes the bat off. So I'll put in another picture here at the end of the bat all finished through its first pass. And yeah, hope you found this enjoyable. Enjoy the rest of the Shopcast. Bye.
So thank you, Caitlin, for that lovely update from you. I have played with a drum carder. You must have too.
I've actually not played with a drum carder.
Seriously? Oh,
Nope.
they're fun.
Nope, I have hand cards and a blending board, but I have not fallen down the
Yeah.
This makes it really enticing. This, and I was watching actually another drum carding thing this weekend. And yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. If you can pick them up at a fiber festival used, you might get a good deal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think if you're somebody who likes to process your own wool, definitely worth the investment.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, so and they make lovely bats. Sorry, I'm thinking and doing, but I borrowed one from Jen of Contented Butterfly years ago when I was processing a fleece, and I made all these little bats that turned into little nests, and they were so cute. Anyway, I have never spun them because I'm not a spinner. I just want a net. Okay, so are we going to talk about what's in the shop and then we'll go to Renee and her Swedish friends? Renee, the honorary Swede, is kind of cute. So let's talk about what's in the shop then, Maggie. Maybe starting with Socktober. It is Socktober and socks are everywhere. So we have loads of sock yarn in the shop as a rule. And so, you know, you can always find sock yarn. But look at this. This is
very sheepy.
What's up? Oh, it's lovely. So this is from Ginger Twist. We had her do another order for us, which will be available to you one skin at a time. We had her in our, what was she in? Sock bag, yes. And so she's back with all her lovely colors. What was that one?
This is her sheepish sock. It is superwash. It's 80% superwash BFL and 20% nylon.
And what color is this?
This one is
there? Good Morning?
Good Morning Green.
It's really pretty. It's
really pretty.
Fresh blues and greens. Yeah. Nice combo.
Do we want to go through all the colors?
Sure. Right, I'll take some. So this one here is Breakfast with Ginger. I think you have to be awake for that one.
This one is Melon Balls on Fire.
Parma Violets. Did you have Parma Violets here? Little candy sweets. That's what this is.
Not ringing a bell, but maybe.
I remember these. These were very violet flavored, and old ladies would always have them in their bags. Yeah, so that's the color. I don't know how to
say this. Lallybroch.
Yeah, Lallybroch. That's where Jamie. That's from Outlander. Shortcake.
I watched Outlander. Wasn't my thing.
Oh gosh.
I heard something about time travel, and I was like, meh. Gorblimey.
That's exactly what I'm thinking right now. Gorblimey. This is Millions of Peaches.
Birdie on the shoulder, and last but not least, Silky
in the deep water there.
Yeah.
Really nice. So we've got a special order of this in. This will be here while it's here, so come and get it. Very special. Ginger Twist, if you don't know, is an Edinburgh based dyer, and she has a little LYS there, and she does all these yarns as well.
These are available in the shop now, so if you see something you like, head on over.
Yes. Also for October, we thought we'd highlight Zauberball. So let's go through these colors. And what is the composition of these? These are 100-gram balls made in Germany. So
and I think it's a 75-25. 75 superwash wool, 25% polyamide.
Yeah, so this is, it looks like
And
it's
it's that-
biodegradable.
Yeah.
Not well on your feet, as Maggie likes to point out.
We have had a couple questions about that. It has to be the right conditions for it to biodegrade, and then it does biodegrade.
So this the color here, bunt metal?
I think it's that 2-2. They go by numbers.
Okay, 2231, but also known as bunt metal. I just like saying that.
Yeah. And 2334.
2395. Maggie, these feel like your colors. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Anything with that teal.
Yeah. 2473. Purples and pinks and yellows.
2528.
This is me. 2355. Whoa! Pinks and greens. Love, love.
2311. Lots of deep purples and browns. It's beautiful.
2334. Quite similar to the one that's me, but a little brighter blue on there, or teal.
2355.
2473. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, I love these.
2528. I like that one.
2170. I have a pair of these that I knit a long time ago.
And 2514. Grays and pinks and purples.
2170. Oh, so there's two here of 2170. So, yeah. But one ball will be enough for a regular pair of socks. Fantastic. So, I like that one. Oops, that
Run
one went
away.
flying. Did you show this one?
I did.
Oh,
I know, that looks kind of like you.
oh
Nice
yes.
grays and pinks.
Yes, I hadn't noticed that one before. It was underneath maybe. Okay, so, socks are always good for knitting. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Oh, that sounds like the Martini Man, which was an ad I had on TV growing up. Anytime, any place, anywhere. All right.
That's funny.
Maybe some of my fellow Scots that are watching will remember that too. Okay, so what else have we got going on? We have lots of
Like falling off my chair.
Harris tweed bags, which are just delightful and selling. Thank you so much. These are made in partnership with Studio Tolsta. They make them just for us, and they're made with Harris tweed wool, which of course comes from the Isle of Harris, hand woven, very special. All come with the Harris tweed sign, which is not just a logo, it's actually a stamp of authentication from the government. And then inside you've got lovely lining and pockets and a zipper pocket there. Loads of room. I've got my Agnes in mine. I actually have one in many colors.
That blue tote was new to us with this order.
Yeah, so this is the brand new colorway for this year, which is lovely. And purple, this was like the one I had over the weekend when I was out at Vermont Sheep and Wool. This is our sort of purple color for the woolly thistle, which is really nice. With black handles, and also they all come with a dust jacket, which is very nice, isn't it? So you get your dust jacket to keep it when you're not using it, and that's always a nice thing. And yeah, I mean, loads of space again inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The large tote also does come in black tweed and a gray tweed.
That's right. And they have the leather bottom. Okay.
We also got a restock of our carry-all bags, and the new
new
red
color
was new.
Yes, and it's doing extremely well. I don't know if we even have too many left, so if this interests you, I would get that. They all come with a little clasp here, and then these are magnet closures on both sides. So you've got outside pockets as well as inside pockets. And brushed cotton on the inside, so it's got a really nice, soft...
Yeah, it holds quite a bit.
It does. We
I
both
love
love
mine.
ours, don't we? I use mine a lot.
Yeah.
You could put a couple of socks or a shawl or the start of a sweater in here.
Yeah.
And it's just really, really lovely.
And available in 4 colors. So you've got the red there, you've got the navy and the blue
Right.
tweed, you've got teal with navy.
Very popular. Again,
Yeah.
they're all quite popular,
They
actually.
are,
We've
they
sold out
are.
of the pink one.
And the purple.
Yeah. So if you're at all in the market, or maybe your loved one needs to get you this for the holidays.
Great gift idea.
For sure.
We're big fans of Bichet Bouche around here. And we recently introduced their Le Lamb's wool yarn to the shop.
Which is
This is a light DK, or a DK light worsted weight.
Les Lambs wool. Very fluffy and soft. Very
It's beautifully heathered. This one is soft blue green, and I don't know if you can see all the colors in there. It's just really gorgeous.
But it's also, I believe, woolen spun. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So it's got that lovely sort of, it's soft, but there's a little bit of tooth to it, which means it's going to be great for color work.
Yeah.
So I keep showing you this. This is light gray. And then I've got peach over here, I believe.
Yeah. This one is dark gray brown. It's nice.
And this red, which is perfect for this time of year, is dark red. Oh, juicy berries.
Gray beige. Really beautiful.
Those three together. Oh my gosh, look at this palette in here though.
I know.
And this is rose gray, which is a lovely dusky color.
Dark green gray.
This is nice. Dark gold. So I think these are all on a gray base, which is lovely. Gives them a heathered look.
Yellow mustard.
And
really pretty.
beige.
And off-white.
Really, really nice. And go really well together. I think that's a lovely.
I'm losing it.
Your hands are too small.
I know.
All
They are
right.
the size they are.
They're perfect, Maggie. Okay, so what else do we want to show? 12 Days of Cheer, still some available. I'm sure you've seen them. Big, massive red box with 12 boxes inside. We're partnering with the Woolly Mammoth, who is our dyer and who is giving a full skein of her sock yarn and then 5 smaller skeins, 20-gram skeins. So quite a lot of yarn in the box, plus another 6 festive, non-festive little bits and pieces that are just sure to delight. So we still have a few of those. Those will start shipping out next month in time for the 12 days. And you can use it, we're calling it the 12 Days of Cheer because you don't have to use it over the holidays. You can wait till January and cheer yourself up if January feels a little bit hard. Or you can use it over the holidays and treat yourself. Are you one that would do it throughout the 12 days, or would you open everything? There's plenty of people who just want to open everything.
I would probably do one a day because I have found I really like that. It gives, a little fun thing to look forward to every day.
Yeah.
So I think you could use it like an Advent.
Yeah.
You could open it in the run up to whatever holiday you're celebrating, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or you could do it starting on the holiday and going out.
Yeah.
So
it's completely up to you.
Really
it's all very cheerful though, which we love. So Armscott Manor came and went very quickly, but we heard from Deb that she had some more of the Dash, which is the blend of the Portland and the Black Welsh Mountain for this lovely grey. We mentioned it in a newsletter, would you be interested? Many of you wrote back that yes, you would be. So we told Deb that we would take from her and get that to you. So that is coming. Do you know when?
We don't have a date on it yet. So if you make sure you're on our newsletter list. And we will let you know when it's here.
Yeah. So wait for that. That'll be in the newsletter. So let us show you the Studio Donegal blankets because we love them. This is maybe our second or third year getting them in. We do this just on a maybe once or twice a year sort of basis. And they're gorgeous. They're hand woven. They're made with Irish wool. Lovely finished product. So let's show them. We have several of the colors that we've had before.
Yeah.
And I know that many of you are collecting them over the year, get one every year, which is what I do. I'm about to get my third one, hopefully. Look at these though. Look at the colors in this one. I mean, they come in different hues of color. You can get really bright. You can get really neutral. This one here, where does it tell us? Yeah, the Violet Tripoli, this one.
Yeah.
And it's got your lovely label from Studio Donegal, pure new wool and made in Kilcar. So that's that one. We've got a new design in this year. And this one is called, these are very soft. This one is Sky. Now these would cover a queen size bed and just hang off the ends a little bit, but it would be a nice topper. Yeah, so this one's Sky.
We also restocked our thistle ones. I love these.
Yes, this is what I'm getting this year because I didn't get one last year. And this is our own colorway. Obviously greens and purples and just really nice. Yeah. So plenty of those if you would like one of these.
And they do. They feel really soft. We did get, I know there was at least 1 or 2 questions in email about that asking, are they soft? They're woolly,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't feel prickly at all. They're just really wonderful, and I think the more that you use them, the more they soften up, and they're
Yes.
just going to get better with time.
I can attest to that. I've got a couple on my couch. I've got one over the back, and I've got one over the bit where you put your feet, because there's a bit where you put your feet, and they are soft and lovely, and they still elevate the couch. They make it look nice.
Yeah.
We've got this other brand new to us colorway, which is the yellow. Actually, it's got a nicer name than that. It is yellow.
Yeah, and it's done in the undulating twill.
Right, a little bit
weave.
different. Oh, this is buttercup. So yes, so you can see that there's patterning going on in the weave itself, which is really nice.
It's beautiful.
And it sort of changes throughout.
Yeah.
Really nice. Do we have the petrol and the other one in these? The undulating? If we do, they'll be in the shop and you can find them.
Oh, that one's beautiful too. This one is Mediterranean Sea. It's really beautiful.
Gorgeous.
With
Oh yeah, with the
greens
green and the blue.
blues,
Yeah.
And then a little bit of neutral.
The label does say these are dry clean only, but I haven't had to do any cleaning of mine at all, which is nice.
No.
This one is the pastels. This is what I have at home too, along with one of the blushes or citrus blush. So really nice and gentle.
Yeah, they are made with a non-superwash wool. So these are woolly blankets.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to throw it in the washing machine.
No,
that type of
exactly.
thing.
And the fringes and all of these are just delightful. They're really happy little fringes.
And we also have Citrus Rainbow.
I love this one. This is the one on the back of my couch, I will say.
This one is very popular.
It's very colorful
So.
and just lovely. Yeah. And all of these sort of square checked ones, it's just a very simple weave.
Yeah.
The undulating has more of a pattern in the weave. So yeah, really, really nice. These are here, and come and get them because they make great gifts for your home and also for the holidays. I'm just gonna say it. Time marches on, so
Yes.
that would be a good gift. I would be very
Holidays
happy
are
with
right
that.
around the corner.
Oh, we do have a question, Maggie. It said, what is a good beginner wool? I've used a little bit of merino, but is that considered a woolly wool? I think that's a great question.
Yeah, so this was a question from our last Shopcast that we spotted as we were reading all your delightful comments.
From Alana Watson 3312. Thank you, Alana. Yeah, so what's the question? What is a good beginner wool? There's so many. If you've knitted with merino, that's great. If it's non-superwash merino, then you're a step in the right direction, I would say. Merino is very soft, so you probably are wanting a soft yarn, but I think Mountain Meadow or something like that would be a good woolier version of merino that would feel like a woolier wool.
Yeah, Mountain Meadow is a special blend of their own that they've sort of trademarked. That's a blend of different softer wools. It's, merino, rambouillet. I don't remember the exact mix of it, but it's their special blend. It does feel very sort of squishy, but still woolly.
Very woolly and a really nice wool. When I think of woolly wools, I start to get into the sort of crisper, toothier wools. I think Finullgarn is a great beginner woolly wool because it comes in lots of different weights. So if you want to knit with thicker wool, you can. If you want to go down like to the Finullgarn, that is awesome.
So you mean Rama?
What did I say?
You said Finullgarn.
I meant Rama. Absolutely. You're not mind readers yet. So, so I would say Rama comes in lots of different weights. I think that's a good beginner woolier wool. Maggie, we do have our boxes that we do, and those are sort of a taste of what we have here at the Woolly Thistle. Yeah. Do you want to talk about those?
Well, we have our special boxes that we do a couple of times a year. Our selection box and our taster box, and those give you they give you some of our tried and true favorite yarns along with some really special skeins that you won't find anywhere else.
Right.
So, and those are around we have one coming up in November.
Yep. It'll be the selection box.
And then the taster box is available in the spring.
Yeah. And then we have a little box that's more, we're calling it the Nibbler box. The idea though, Maggie, is that it's got some Letlopi, it's got some Rama, right?
It has Rama Vams, and it has 2 balls of JNS. So it's a little bit of some of our favorite yarns.
Yeah.
It does come with a digital pattern suggestion card.
Yeah.
And the idea is that it is like a little
It's
sampler
yeah.
to get you started with woolly wool.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're not sure what to try, you could get this box and it will give you 3 or so different best-selling yarns that you get here at the Woolly Thistle that we think are just perfect for all the knitting. And the idea, though, is that, you know, if you're used to knitting with superwash merino, for example, you know, you're very clued into that soft uniform feel of that yarn. But I think when you start knitting with yarns that the Woolly Thistle has, you're obviously first thing going to notice it feels different. And I think we're all preconditioned to think if it's different, it's scratchy perhaps. And what we love to do is to not go straight to, you know, it's not soft, it's scratchy, but well, what does it feel like? Is it sticky? Is it pebbly feeling? Is it smooth? Is it bumpy? Is it, you know, is it tightly spun or is it really loose and fluffy? So there's all these things, and you start taking journeys with your hands, and so you start to have a tactile understanding of what you're working with. I think too, woolly wool, for me at least, is minimally or more minimally processed than some of the big commercial yarns that are superwashed. So, you know, you are going to feel the difference. And I think that's a journey that we can all go on and enjoy. Some woollier wools, say like Jamieson and Smith Heritage line, is actually worsted spun, and that's very smooth and feels a little bit different from Jamieson and Smith 2-ply, which is woolen spun and feels a little bit more, you know, got that stickiness in it, which I love. So yeah, I think there's lots of different new woolly wools, and it really is an exploration. If you are looking for guidance as to what to knit or what yarns to knit with first out, I would look at our nibbler box or the sample box and see what's in there and look for some patterns that you might want to knit with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and as I said, that box does come with a digital pattern suggestion card that to get you started.
Yeah. Yeah, and once you start, you know, experimenting with different feeling wool, you might find that you naturally start to gravitate towards the even more rustic, which I would say Let Lope is quite a rustic yarn.
Yeah.
And you might not want to start with that, but you might end up quite happily knitting with that. I love Let Lope, and I can wear it all the time, head and as a sweater, you know, hat and sweater. But you may not, and it's all good. What are some more of the more really rustic wools that we have, Maggie? I mean, for example, Tuku here is not a super rustic. It's fluffy feeling and really, really nice. And But it's a Finn wool, so it's from Finland, from the Finn sheep, which, by the way, are really good mothers. I know that they have like litters of babies, and they're really good moms. So Tuku wool is the wool from that sheep, and it's really lovely. It's quite similar to Shetland, but it is different.
I think that for me, that's one of the interesting things, is that when you walk through the store, you're going to pass by numerous varieties of sheep breeds in their yarns, and not just like merino is just one breed of many. Right. And it has become quite ubiquitous that, you know, we tend to really like merino because many knitters are looking for soft, but when you look outside of that, there are so many amazing sheep, and they all feel slightly different. And the world just opens up to you. It's so much more choice and interesting things to play with and to feel, and they have different qualities too. You know, not to knock merino. Merino is great. We love merino. But if you want to step out and try something else, I would look at Jamieson and Smith or Tuku or Finullgarn or Rama. There's plenty. Marie Wallen is beautiful. Making Tracks from our friends down the road at Junction Fibre Mill. I think that is an American wool. It's not necessarily merino, but it's made from top, so it's really nice and smooth. And I think that's the other part of it too. You start to think about, how is it prepared? How is it spun? Because a woolen yarn might feel, well, it does feel quite different from a worsted spun yarn. And so why would you want that, or why would you want the worsted? So there is a lot to learn, but it's all absolutely fascinating and enjoyable. Yeah. So not a short answer. Not a short answer. And there's not like one right answer of like the best wool to start with is this one. So I think if there's something that's really sort of lighting you up, or that really grabs your interest on the website, that's maybe the one to start with.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. So what do we have next, Maggie?
I think next the only thing left is to go to Renee and her friends. So we're gonna visit with Renee and her friends and see their hauls from Shetland.
Yeah.
And then we'll take you out with
Rachel on Fair Isle. So yes, enjoy Renee, the honorary Swede, with all her Swedish friends. They're showing us all that they've bought. And they're sitting on a hillside in Shetland, which is great. And then of course, lovely Rachel from Fair Isle will take us out. So Maggie, I think all that's left to say is, if you go out,
take your knitting.
Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Renee Allen. I'm one of the email specialists here at the Woolly Thistle, and I'm coming to you from Shetland today. I'm here with my friends, and you'll get to meet them in just a few minutes, but we're on our way to meet the Dole family for some tea and some biscuits. Everyone's going to be sharing their Islesburg Tories. Anne is the one that was selected to be the patron for Shetland Wool Week this year. So we've already met them. They're actually a lovely family, but we get to go and inspect their farm and check out their sheep and hear stories, we hope. One thing about Shetland, everyone loves tea and biscuits, which is, I call them biscuits, but sweets, treats. We've had a great time. So we're here in Agnes. If you can see a little bit of the view, we were up by the cliffs, and we had to come over here to get out of the wind. We have all of our yarn that we've bought so far, but we have a couple more days before we leave. So I don't know if we're going to get any more. We'll see. I wanted to kind of show you some of the things that I've been doing. If you've been following the Woolly Thistle and been on the Shopcast before, you know that this was my sweater cowl for 2024. This is the Melby Yoke by Gudrun Johnston, and I just finished it this morning. I felted my steek. I cut it this morning and I sewed it all down, so I just need some buttons. A side note, yesterday I was on a bus and I saw Gudrun Johnson go by, but I didn't get to say hi to her, so I haven't seen her yet. But this is the Melby Yoke cardigan, and it is in Jameson of Shetland Spindrift. Woolly Thistle has kits, or they did have the last time I checked. So we've been everywhere. I've been to Jameson and Smith, and of course I had to get a tote bag because, you know, we need more totes. I've been to Urdell Farms, or Urdell, I can't remember how that's pronounced, but I've got some deep orange heath. This is called Roanberry Heath, and this is called Juniper Heath. You can see, hopefully you guys can zoom in on that, it's dyed on a gray base. So he has 3 different bases. One is just a bright base, one is a white, and then one is a little bit of more of a gray base, and then one is just a darker gray base that he dyes on. This is their Grafe, they call it. It is their dark Shetland brown. And someone was asking me in our Facebook group about how it smells. This is the wooliest, loveliest smell that you can smell. I've knit with it before, so if you can get some Urdell yarn, go ahead and get that. But I have a sweaters quantity with the orange and the blue. I'm going to combine it with some of the oatmeal that I have at home, and I'm going to make the Even Fall sweater by Andrea Mowry. Okay, next on my list is Earth. This is Jameson of Shetland Earth. It's a deep green, and I'm in love with this color. And I'm going to make the Verdict shawl from the Grand Shetland Adventure Knits out of this. If you've been in our Facebook group, you know that I made a pair of socks the other day in about 4 hours. So here's one of my socks, and I just need to take this off. It's already sewn together, but I haven't had a chance to do that. So I may have a circular sock machine in my future. Not sure. All right, what else do I have? Oh, so the Woolly Thistle this is the Cloud Drift cowl kit from Gudrun Johnston. It's with Simply Shetland, so Jameson's a Shetland, and Madeline Tosh Silk Cloud. And I made this from the airplane, and I just finished this the other day. This is my Cloud Drift cowl, and I'm going to be meeting Gudrun Johnston at Rhinebeck in just a couple of weeks. So I went with my own theme. Like I told you, I've been in love with Earth. So this is Earth. This is Seaweed, and this is Lichen. But it has the old gold Shetland, and it has the silk cloud that goes with it. I forget what it's called. I think it's Pickler. Don't quote me on that. Okay, so my next adventure, we went to Donna Smith's yarn studio, and I got some Langzoon. You can see a theme here. I've been going with darker colors. This is her Shetland brown as well, or Shetland black, and this is a DK, and it's called Langzoon DK. And so I am going to make, of course I had to buy a pattern while I was there, and I'm going to make her drawing sweater out of this book. So it's a very pretty, oh, it's just so squishy. It smells so good. This is the stuff that we love. Okay, next I came across these things, and my thistlers want to know how much we love cones, but this is Spindrift on a cone, which is, so they're about 40 skeins of Spindrift, Jameson's of Shetland. Okay, and then last but not least, I shared this in our little Facebook group already. I got to meet Ødegård, and right when this came out, it hit the shelves in the Vigor vest. She had it in the store. I got to see it in person, and so I ordered a kit, and I think this is what I'm going to cast on tonight. I went ahead with the original colors. This is their Jameson and Smith 5-ply. So anyway, if you could ever get to Shetland Wool Week, this is a trip of a lifetime, and I'm just having so much fun. I've been placing more things inside our Facebook group, just pictures along the way, and like I said, we have a couple more days till we leave. So I hope you enjoy our video. I'm going to take some pictures now and videos of my friends, and they're going to share their yarn purchases. So thanks a lot.
So hi everyone, I'm Katrina, friends of Renee's luckily since last year. We met at Rhinebeck, and now we met up in Shetland, Sweden and Ohio meeting in Shetland. It's amazing. And we're going to be twins because I also started the Melby yoke at the Woolly Thistle Knit Along from Sweden, remote, but it's lovely. And I just need to find some buttons for it, and we're going to be twins and wear it tomorrow. So the next project that I cast on is the Ling V-neck by Mary Malcolmson, and I got some spindrift, some pink spindrift for that, and that is my current work in progress with my little I'd Rather Be Knitting bag from Elk Market Yarn in Sweden. We also got some yarn from Donna Smith at the Langsund. I got this lovely Morit. It's the brown, unusual rare Shetland wool, so it's lovely. I got some Uredale yarns. I think that might be my favorite, or actually I don't know, because this is also my favorite, the Laxdale yarns. We got the Maggie's mitt kit and the Maggie's hat kit, so I'd be pressed to pick a favorite. I guess Shetland's my favorite in yarn. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm sister of Katrina and a recent friend of Renee, so this has been also a trip of a lifetime for me. And as you see, I have maybe bought a bit too much yarn. I don't know if that's something that's possible, but at least it's a lot. So I bought this lovely Shetland black at Langsund, and this one's going to be for the sweater Mariana, I think. I'm really looking forward to that because I saw Renee had one and that looked just great. And I also got a cone from Shetland Spindrift. This was actually a gift from my sister, so that one I don't know what I'm gonna do with so far. Donna Smith at Langsund, she also had this lovely lace yarn, which is gonna be, I think, one of the shawls in the Shetland annual. Let me see, what else do we have? So my current work in progress is the Hatter yoke from a previous annual Shetland Wool Week, and that's actually quite a lot of the Jameson and Smith yarn that I have here, and this is a cone from Jameson and Smith. Yes, I also bought a lot of yarn at Uredale, and that is a lovely yarn. This is the DK weight and not the fingering weight, So I'm hoping to make maybe like the Riggy Cardi from Grand Shetland Adventure Knits. As you see, I've already have knitted the Perry Cardi. I'm very happy with it. It's perfect here in Shetland. I also got a few kits from the Laxdale farm. Lovely yarn, lovely people. And let me see. So I like lace knitting, so I also got a few of the Jameson and Smith Shetland Supreme 2-ply and this lovely grayish color, and I'm really looking forward to making some kind of shawl. We'll see, whatever, something.
Hi, I am Maria. I'm from Sweden, outside of Stockholm, in the archipelago, the beautiful archipelago of Värmdö. I also met Renee last year at Rhinebeck, and we all decided to go to Shetland together this year, which is amazing. Shetland is really beautiful. For me, it's a perfect holiday. I am here for a little bit more than a week with dear friends that all like to knit like me, and we all go really nerdy about yarn and patterns and knitting. And since I am in the progress of learning, it's excellent to be traveling with such experienced knitters as Renee, for instance. She helps me all the time. I'm a kind of a bargain person. I like good bargains, so I got lots of cones. They call me the cone queen here in our group because I got so many cones, but they're such good value and it's beautiful, and you don't really know what to do with them. It's not like I have a pattern with a famous designer that I know I'm gonna make, but it doesn't matter because I know I will just love cuddling with them. And if I don't find a good pattern to knit, I will just love having them. But I have a work in progress actually, and that is Ella Gordon's, and I think it's pronounced rusty actually. I thought it was roost because that's current out here in the sea, but it's rusty because it reminded her of the rusty metals that she got out of the sea, and she made it in rusty colors. I, however, is making it in I am making it in different blues and cold colors and a pink that I didn't actually bring now. I think it's at home with the knitting that I'm actually making. And then I got this from Langsund, and I'm making one of Donna Smith's jumpers that I can't really remember. Is it called Perry something jumper, I think? With lace. It's really pretty. And then I got some yarn that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with, but I'll do something. And Ødegård, lovely place to visit. Such friendly people living in harmony with nature. And I got this beautiful yarn that I'm going to make a shawl with. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kajsa, and I'm also a new friend of Renee's. I've learned so much during these days, and if I should describe myself in this group, I'm actually the black sheep. I forgot my hat, but that's okay. I'm not that a good knitter, but I'm learning. I'm learning a lot actually. And I bought a lot of yarn. I don't know what to do with it, but I think in the winter time in Sweden I will figure it out. I bought some nice black yarn, big cones. I love this. My daughter says I'm going crazy with cones. Perhaps that's true, but it's quite lovely to have a lot of yarn when you're going to do something. And I'm actually knitting this one. I'm looking forward to have that in the winter time. So that's all from me. Bye bye.
Hi Woolly Thistlers, it's Rachel from here at Barkland Croft in Fair Isle. I must apologise that you've not heard from me for the last couple of months. You may know that I've been away on my research trip looking into Fair Isle knitwear that's held in museums and collections around the UK. So I've been gone for about 6 weeks, which has been amazing. However, much as I had sort of tried to plan everything that I was going to share it with you via sort of videos on the Woolly Thistle, on my Patreon, on social media, I had to get a new data SIM card for my phone so that I could use like 4G to access the internet whilst I was away, and unfortunately I don't know what happened, but I just couldn't get on the internet at all with it, apart from when I was in reach of sort of Wi-Fi, which was very far between. So unfortunately the other side was that my laptop had a fit, and I'm no longer able to get photos and videos off my phone to edit them into a video for you. So we're trying to fix all that, but I got back yesterday. I'm quite tired, as you can probably see, but it's great to be back home, and I will be doing a proper update for you soon, as soon as I can, I promise. There's so much to catch you up on, but in the meantime, that's one. Here's two. And I don't know if you remember Sandy, who is the white yow. Bash Baba, just there, she's blind. You may remember, gosh, must be a couple of months back now. Well, Brownie, who's not in here. Brownie had a lamb, River, and Sandy at the same time was getting very, very large and rotund, and I was convinced that she was in lamb. She didn't lamb when Brownie lambed, so I got my neighbour to come and check her, and he sort of had a good feel, prodded her, had a look. The result was no, definitely not in lamb, just obscenely fat. So there was me feeling very stupid, but happy in the knowledge that I could go away on my trip and there'd be no lambs appearing, otherwise I'd have probably cancelled my trip. And literally about 2 weeks after I went away, I got a message from the lady who has been looking after the animals for part of the time, saying, just gone to feed your sheep this morning and you've got 2 lambs. So yeah, the Sandy has had, that's the little girl, and that's the little boy just there. And these 2, they did the hill car, so they did rounding up, gathering all of the hill sheep a couple of days before I got back off Isle. So they are 2. I've got 3 yow lambs, which will sort of overwinter here on the croft and then go back to the hill next spring or summer. Here's our friend Rainbow Bright, a beautiful girl. We're going to say hello. And then here is River. No, yes, yeah, River, yeah. Getting confused with names, it's been away so long. You see how much he's grown. Rainbow Bright's coming back. I think she likes being on camera. So what else? Well, there's Sparky. What else have I got to show you? Brownie, that's River's mum. You can maybe see we're definitely feeling autumnal in the Isle at the moment. Fields are turning brown, grass is going. I wish it was growing, but it's not. The veg patch, what remains of it, is kind of turned into a weed overgrown monstrosity, so the next few days I'll harvest as much as I can from the vegetable that's in there and get that all prepped for the freezer for winter, and then the sheep can go in there and have a good feast on what's left. Let's see, can't see, but the boys are in the top park up there. Touchwood, they're all doing well. When I got back, obviously the first thing I did was go around and say hello to all the sheep, go and check them, and there was an extra over there, so we'll have to catch him at some point. But other than that, not much to report from here on the craft. But I will certainly update you as soon as I'm able to access the photos and videos on my laptop and get them put into a video for you all, because I've got some amazing things that I'm so looking forward to sharing with you. So thank you for being so patient. If you've emailed me or messaged me whilst I've been away, I'm so sorry I haven't been able to access those. I'm very gradually catching up on them now, so please bear with me. But if you still haven't had a reply in the next week, then please get in touch again, and hopefully you'll hear from me very soon. Well, happy autumn, happy knitting, and I really hope to give you a proper video soon. Bye!